Hello again. Right, so I actually promised to make another video within 2 weeks of the last one, and I've done it. Okay, what am I doing this time? I've got to connect the house and the workshop together for power, water and internet, which involves digging a trench, laying conduit, sorting out pumps and stuff, and moving the controller for the well pump and all that kind of stuff. But mostly it involves digging a 75-meter trench. Anyway, so yeah, onwards, get on with it. Oh, another day. Yesterday I got all the water pipes done. So we've got a pipe from the well that goes up to a 1,000-litre tank behind the workshop, and now we've got the water pipe in for going up to the house. From there you go, and all the way down that way. Oh. And there's a 2-inch black butyl pipe that's actually a water pipe, but it's no good for that because it's been a bit damaged. But it makes a fine conduit for power cables between the workshop and the house, because the workshop's where the power is and the house is going to need some. Okay, so I haven't run the power cable yet to the house, and the other job I have is this control box for the well needs to be moved into the workshop. So let's see what we're dealing with. Okay, oh, we have a dangly wire. It's always encouraging. And we have 3 pairs coming up. 3 pairs? Yeah. So that will be there are 2 level sensors down the well for like low, and another sensor for the water level above the pump. And there's obviously the power connection for the pump. But this looks all very complicated. So what do we got? We got our own breaker. We've got some switch gear. We've got a level sensor. I don't know what that is. It's obviously the capacitor for the motor on the pump. This seems to be far more complicated than it need be. Oh well, so we need to get a conduit and 3 pairs of cable down. Alright, so get an idea of where I've got to run cable from. Down the trench to here, and it's 110 feet, or in new money, that's what, 33 meters ish, a lot of slack at your end. All right, so I've got 100-meter rolls of cable, so yeah, it'll work. There we go, cable dispenser. Okay, so 3 pairs of cable, 33 meters long. Here's a little trick. So that's pair 1. It's got 1 piece of tape wrapped around it. Pair 2 with 2. Pair 3, and I'll put 3 pieces of tape on this. It's just a lot easier to identify what cable is which after you've pulled it through the conduit, because you know, red wire on pair 1 is going to be the same at both ends, so you know, you don't end up sticking 220 volts up the line for the sensor on the well. Yeah. I like making things easy. What else? Oh yeah, the wire I'm using for this, yeah, 33 meters from here to the wellhead. Is that the right word? Wellhead? Anyway, so and it's 78 meters down, and the pump is a 1 horsepower pump. Now the wire that they've used going down the pump looks like 14 gauge. It's not very big. This is 12 gauge. So it's what, 2.5 millimeters squared cross section, and the fuse for this type is 20 amp fuse, which is way more than the pump's ever going to need, so that'll work. I'm also not sure of the voltage from the level sensors down the well. I think it's just low DC volts. I think it's like 9 volts. In which case you're going to lose a lot over a long cable run. There you go, pair 3 with 3 bits of tape on it. Anyway, so using thicker cable means less voltage loss, which means, yeah, it should just work. So here we go, the 3 pairs. Pair 3, pair 2, pair 1. With a red and white on each. So I'm going to mark up the other end. I've been marking these up as I pull them, so we can't really mess it up. Okay, so the next bit, how to get it into the building. Down here, 3 conduits that poke up through the concrete foundation. Okay, so I've got all 3 pairs poked through a length of 16mm conduit, and that I should be able to poke through the middle of a 22mm conduit just to load all of that up. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so far so good. We'll get another length on that now. So I can get up the same at the other end. Right, let's see what we're dealing with here. Blech. Yeah, it's full of water. Icky. It's not very good. Right. I guess I should deal with that first. I think what's happened, the ground kind of slopes towards this casing around the well. So water has infiltrated it and collected. So that needs a drain point. Lovely. Well, long tea break and back at it. I've kind of messed it up. I've got right, you see, I've got lots of slack at this end, and the end at the well is about a metre short, so I've got to pull cable all the way back through the conduit again, which is why I didn't glue it earlier. Anyway, onwards. Okay, another day. I've just got some 10 gauge cable from La Ligua, and I've got to get 75 meters of it up this black pipe. So we're going to do the piece of string, plastic bag and the vacuum cleaner trick to get hopefully get the bit of string up through the pipe. Then I can use that to pull through the cable. We'll see if it works. So here we go, walking up to the house, or where the house will be. Oh, there's a join in this pipe somewhere around here. And there we go. So far so good. So what we want to see is a plastic bag and a bit of string poking out the other end. And no, because I forgot to pull the conduit out the other end. Okay, go back, try it again. Here we go, blowing the cable, take 2. And let's to the other end. Ha! Well, yeah, there was enough string. Well, it did it. I can now pull the cable through once I've sorted this mess out. One more conduit to run, almost done. This one is for Ethernet, because, you know, why not? If we get internet in the house, I'm going to want it in the workshop. If I get a signal in the workshop, I'm going to want it in the house. So I don't actually have any network cable here, because Cat 6 cable is a bit advanced for this part of the world. But I can lay the conduit, leave a string in it, and pull the cable later. Last cable, then I get to fill the ditch in. And there we have it, everything all filled in, back the way it was. It's kind of depressing that after all that hard work, there's absolutely nothing to show for it. It's all buried. You can see it goes up to the house. The well, I kind of dug out and levelled it so that the well casing is above grade. That means the next time we get any rain, it's not going to fall in, it's not going to fill up that casing. So here we are at the back of the workshop. And what you got here is the old well that I was digging by hand many years ago. When I abandoned it, I filled it in and poured a concrete floor just to seal it up. And it's going to be a perfect little spot for this pressure pump. So down here we've got a little 1/2 horsepower pump, water pump. This is a pressure switch. So you basically power it up, and when the pressure in the line, in this line, gets less than 10 bar, it turns on. So we have mains water pressure. And oh my god, hang on, there's a very weird bug in here. I don't know if you can see this. Look at that, look. I've got no idea what that is. It looks like it's got its back legs on backwards. I'm not sure I want to be down in this hole with that. Okay, I'm going to evict it. Let's see how this works. That is a very weird creature. All wired up, all plumbed in. Bit of a repair to do to that concrete. And I'll need to test this soap on a rope level switch. So when it goes like that, it means the tank's empty. When it floats to the top like that, the tank is full. See if it works. And we're done. All of that work just to have 3 pipes poking out through the subfloor. And it all runs up into the corner here. Oh, that black pipe down there, look. Just to join it onto a piece of conduit, I've filled it up with foam, that urethane foam at the end. And you go all the way up here, back up to the workshop, everything's buried. And you know, awful lot of work, and there's almost nothing to show for it. It's all hidden away. Oh. Yeah, so that's where I'll leave this one. What's next? I've got a bit of wiring to do so that the water tank fills up automatically from the well, and the pressure pump, obviously we don't get mains pressure, we have to make our own, so the pressure pump needs to work on the level switch too, so when there's no water it doesn't turn on. But yeah, that's just little stuff. After this we'll be back on the subfloor for the house. So yeah, until next time.